Hello and welcome to the channel. Central Bank of Nigeria CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele has said that there will be no need to extend the deadline of the Naira swap, as him and his team are working very hard to rectify the issues the policy has brought upon millions of Nigerians. Well, that fixes everything, doesn't it? All he had to do was come out and say this, and all our problems would magically go away. It's the indifference for me. Fine, you and your team are working on the issue. Still, that doesn't help the common man out there trying to deal every day with the problems you've caused with this policy. The issues are real, mate. People are suffering terribly from this. I can't seem to understand the logic behind this. I know if it just get my head around it. You bring limited new cash that you want people to swap the old ones for. Yet it had to be on a timeline. I mean, the new cash is nowhere. Banks don't have it. Point of sales doesn't. Come on, man. This is mad. Anyways, let's get the details of what our beloved CBN governor had to say about the deadline and much more. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you. No need extending deadline for hold notes, CBN. Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria CBN, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, yesterday told the diplomatic corps that an extension of the February 10 deadline for the circulation of the redesigned 200 naira, 500 naira and 1000 naira notes was unnecessary. He spoke at the meeting on the redesigned Naira policy held at the headquarters of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Abuja. Emefiele spoke on a day governors of Kano and Ogun states, Abdullahi Ganduje and Dakpo Abiodun respectively, threatened to shut down banks in their states if they continued to reject the old Naira notes. However, the CBN governor noted the challenges posed by the policy, but assured that it will be brief since his team was working assiduously to address the issues it had thrown up, including the availability of the new notes. He blamed the scarcity of the new notes on the activities of some unscrupulous bankers and members of the society who were trying to sabotage the policy, warning that such people will be sanctioned along with point-of-sales POS operators, imposing heavy charges on customers. The CBN governor said POS agents who are supposed to help are getting involved in these activities. We have EFCC, ICPC working with our monitoring team to arrest any POS agent that charges any fee, because we have made it clear that whatever is their fee, which is not meant to be more than 200 naira for any amount you exchange, that we, CBN, will pay as part of our efforts to lessen the burden of this problem. Some POS operators charge as much as 20 to 30% of the amount customers withdraw in new notes. He noted that some powerful public figures are trying to exaggerate the inconveniences arising from the policy, but said there is no justification to create undue panic in the society. According to the CBN boss, the tension and elevated agitation are by our leaders who should be calming frayed nerves of the citizens. We believe the large proportion of these agitations are staged, they are sponsored propaganda, or an exaggeration of the reality. The federal government, meanwhile, yesterday stated that it will take decision on the legality of the old currency notes of 200 naira, 500 naira and 1000 naira after the determination of the suits filed by some state governments at the nation's apex court. 3 states, Kogi, Kaduna and Zamfara, had dragged the federal government to the Supreme Court, asking that the February 10 deadline by the Central Bank of Nigeria CBN should be extended. Some Nigerians have accused the federal government and the CBN of contempt of court and are insensitive to the hardship many Nigerians are passing through as a result of the scarcity of cash. But the federal government last night said that decision will only be taken after the determination of the suit in the Supreme Court. The senior special assistant to the president on media and publicity, Malam Gaba Shehu, said, "We wish to state that it is not true that the federal government or the Central Bank of Nigeria CBN have taken a preemptive action on the legality of currency as a legal tender in view of the pendency of the case before the Supreme Court. The position of the government on the CBN will be made known upon the determination of the suit coming up today, Garba Shehu said. On the queues at ATMs, he said, "We have also noticed panic mop-up of notes. The CBN has also noticed that some of our leaders are buying the notes and storing them for whatever purposes." Subscribe, like, share, comment, and please turn the notification bell on. Thank you. Continuing, he said, "We have also noticed that some Nigerians are capitalizing on the time of transition to charging exorbitant fees. These selfish actions for personal monetary gains are causes of hardship for Nigerians and come at the expense of lives and livelihoods. The situation has substantially calmed down since the commencement of over-the-counter OTC payments to complement ATM disbursement and the use of super agents. There is therefore no need to consider any shift from the deadline of February 10. There are pockets of pressure in some areas. CBN has also noticed long queues at some bank ATMs and banking halls. While some of these withdrawal requests are genuine, some are simply reprehensible activities of miscreants who do not have intentions of making a withdrawal, but seeking quick earnings just to queue up and sell their space for money. But the CBN is working hard to shift resources to those areas in order to ease the tension. We will continue to issue and circulate new notes, but once we get to our optimal level or slightly above, we will seek to put in place a policy that people must not keep money in their homes. They must return it back." The Apex Bank boss reiterated the benefits of the Naira redesign, arguing that it had helped in reducing inflation and in moderating in exchange rates. Emefiele appealed to the diplomatic corps and Nigerians to support the policy which, according to him, has become necessary in the monetary authorities' efforts towards curbing high inflation in the country. He also said that the positive effects of the policy are already being felt in the economy, with inflation already trending downwards, stressing that it will go a long way in addressing challenges in the foreign exchange markets. The policy will accelerate the cashless policy of the monetary authorities, which has been in the works for many years, spanning different administrations, he said. That's the news, guys. Thanks for listening. Until next time, bye.